Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Cashflow Digital, sponsored by Niche Website Builders. I'm pointing the right way. Come on, guys. Niche Website. So should it be that way?
Yeah.
Niche Website. These guys are absolutely keep saying a point the wrong way. Anyway, the link is below if you want to check out Niche Website Builders, regardless of what we were pointing. So do check that out, guys. And we are here to answer any questions you may have. So any questions,
SEO related or not, it doesn't matter.
That can be whatever. Like last week was Ancestry, and where did the name Maybury come from?
Yeah, Mud Hill. Yeah,
Mud
I still
Hill.
don't know what it means, but I looked it up.
It's so yeah. If anyone wants to ask any questions about their family tree or whatever, then Brad's an expert.
Mine goes in a circle.
Circle of trust.
Circle jerk, yeah.
Here's Johnny. Howdy, gentlemen. Who's Johnny?
That's from The Shining. Here's Johnny.
Yeah,
that's Johnny Carson too, but yeah.
I just muted myself there. Morning, fellows. John Goldman is there. Mike, this is one for you because I know you're a bit of a freak when it comes to reading up on stuff. Any insights on the Yandex leak?
I mean,
he's Googling it now.
Yeah, I did. I just Googled it because no. Not at all.
Russian search engine ranking factors. I really don't care about Yandex that much, to be honest.
We did a campaign. Do you remember when we did that large vape campaign, Brad? The team that was in-house was a Yandex focused team.
Because they were over there, right?
Yeah, they were from Iran, I think.
It's like if you're in China, focus on Baidu. You know, we had a client that kept asking about Baidu at some point too.
Brian, I know that he's there, so
enough.
I'm happy.
Enough. You're supposed to eat at least 1 gram of protein per pound that you weigh. So I'm about 300 pounds right now. So I eat about 300.
Natural Harvest, Brad. Natural Harvest. Check it on Amazon. It's a book. It's a cookbook.
And
isn't that like
protein?
There you go, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan's actually sitting.
I sent that to my brother for his birthday.
I'm sure he read it.
But ZD Electrical, what was the tool called again for GMB that Mike Merlino uses? So Mike wasn't obviously on the niche website today, so I'm not sure what you're referring to, but Mike Merlino uses a number of different tools for GMB.
They use CTR Booster a lot, don't they? Him and Brock for traffic, if that's what you're asking about. But I don't know what else they use.
CTR Booster.
There's a shit ton of tools that they use. It depends on what they're trying to do.
Agency Assassin's another one that they use. But yeah, the actual, all of the tools that he's using, he's got different tools for different things. So if it's for CTR, I mean, they're going to send in branded traffic through paid ads and everything. So it's not just a one-trick pony. There's a number of different things going on there. So, but yeah, hopefully it's CTR Booster or Agency Assassin, I think.
Which one was it, Zeddy?
He uses both.
Yeah, he said that's the one, though, so I didn't know which one he
Yeah, Agency Assassin.
I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. I'll write it down and never look at it again. Agency Assassin.
Let's say, Mike, you do that as well, right?
Yeah, dude, that's Brad's favorite cookbook, bro.
What is it? Nature's Promise?
Natural Harvest, bro.
Natural Harvest Collection, semen-based recipes. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I have this. It's back here. You want to get it?
Yeah, read it.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to see the book that Brad's reading, there's a link.
I only read it when I need it, and that's about every night.
Read it when you need it.
Yeah. When I harvest, that's when it's time to read. So
OP had it. We didn't do OP's question, did we?
The very first one.
Brad's too busy talking about
Collecting his collection.
Yeah.
Harvesting.
So, what URL should OP use?
I'll be 100% honest. I mix it up because I mean, if I had to pick between the two, Liverpool-personal-training would be the best because you're getting it exactly in the URL the way that you want it. But when you're building a network of sites, you can't have them all Liverpool-personal-training. So I'll switch it up. So I'll do some of them where you've got the subdirectories. I'm messing with a bunch of different site types, and that takes care of it naturally because different builders build out the URLs different.
Yeah, so it's a pretty straightforward especially with the directory type site. If you use the directory for the location, the folder.
ZD Electrical says that's so flipping wrong.
If that's wrong, then I don't want to be right, Zeddy.
I sent it to my brother for his birthday.
I'm sure. Did he send you a cake in return?
Dude, I asked him. I said, "Dude, how you been? You know this and that. What you gonna do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." I'm just like, "It'd be better if you were here sucking my dick." Is what he told me when I asked him how he was doing. So I said,
"Just can't get the taste out your mouth sometimes."
Yeah.
Oh man, I've got a table of people surrounded me, females.
Sorry. It's a good coffee table book, man.
Oh man,
I might get that just to sit out and can you imagine the lady that's cleaning the place, she picks it up to dust it off or whatever.
Invite her for a barbecue, dude.
Yeah. Bake night.
Invite for a barbecue, man.
I'm gonna send that to Kelsey with no kind of just send her the link,
Dude, I'll tell you a funny story actually. So I had 2 consultancy calls yesterday. First guy was talking about some random plumbers in whatever area, and the second call. So my wife's walking by in the background.
Can't hear anyone.
I can hear.
Can you hear? Right.
Yeah.
So fuck you, mate. So the wife's walking around doing her shit.
Did you just call her the winch?
The wife.
Oh, they said the winch is walking around.
So. And then the next call was a company.
Mike thinks we're messing with him, by the way. I think.
So the next company that was on is a dating company. So they do dating and porn. So the guy's like, dude, look at this. And it was something like sex in high heels was the keyword that they wanted to rank well for.
Wieners in high heels? Can you mute him?
Yeah.
Mute him.
So talking about sex in high heels, right? Yeah. And the wife's walking by, she just looks over what the hell's going on. So anyway, the dude says to me, so we're doing this call and all that, and it's a porn niche. So the guy says, Craig, what's your thoughts on ChatGPT? Can I use it? And I'm like, dude, you can't put sexual things into ChatGPT. It doesn't work. So we put in ChatGPT sex with high heels on, and nothing came up. It said, ChatGPT won't give you that information. So I went even mild stuff like big boobs. Nothing's going to come up. So I tried that and it came up. No, we don't give that information.
How about udders, like a cow?
Anyway, so I'm on a live today with Niche Website Builders, and I'm showing people ChatGPT, and up pops the thing. And the high thing. I'm like, fuck. So if anyone's seen that was the explanation, guys. But my wife's
hilarious.
Like, what the hell is going on?
Mine is afraid to ask sometimes when she hears. She's like, "What? Mind your business. It's business.
Just be business. Your nose out.
Yeah. This is be quiet. This is how I pay the mortgage."
But what's the weirdest niche you've worked in?
Oh, Mike's worked in some weirder ones than I have. I feel like.
Good. Holly Starks asked her the story. She worked in the hemorrhoids niche. I don't know how she monetized it, but the hemorrhoids. But Mike,
I bet there's a shit ton of a volume there, and then you could just monetize it with Amazon, right? Like the wipes or cream or. We almost got into. They couldn't afford it, the contract, but we almost got into the lice niche. Like, no shit, yeah.
Brilliant, man, brilliant. Mike, what sort of niches have you been roped into in the past?
Dude, I was selling a freaking toilet made out of a bucket.
I've seen those. Like, is that like the bushcraft type stuff?
Yeah.
People take those to festivals and stuff.
Yep.
They come with, some of them come with the curtain, like the shower curtain that you pull up so the women can sit down on them. The dudes just don't care. But yeah.
The best was when my partner took the wrong video to a funeral.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that niche.
And it was a video of his daughter's personal trainer, and it was the adult movies that we were making, and it got played in front of the family.
What was his name? The gentleman on the tape?
Chocolate Chip.
Why did they call him that?
Freckles. Freckles.
Nice.
You have to send Craig the web archive of that.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway, people
was that in the 90s or early 2000s?
Early 2000s, or mid, like 2005 or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy.
No, 2004 or 3, I think. Yeah.
Kyle Starkey likes to send new guys to work in optimizing the plastic surgeon website.
Can't do that crap.
And
you ever watch Botched? It's on E or something. It's where
the surgery.
Yeah, there are 2 plastic surgeons, and like they're the last resort for people.
They're the cleanup crew.
Yeah, people have fucked it up in the past, like with multiple, and they have to come in and fix it. Like one boob's like they've got like a uniboob or something, and they have to like separate it and fix it. Or their nose, they can push like all the way in.
That's a pretty bad like screw up if you're doing surgery.
I don't see how doctors
go into one.
Yeah, it happens because everything, like I've seen that on multiple occasions. Yeah, I used to love Dr. 90210. I was addicted to that show. It's about like the plastic surgeons of Beverly Hills. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I can't do those type of pictures. That's why, like, if we had boxed Craig, like immediately after the fight, I would have had to have left the ring because it would have looked like one of those like post-op surgeries, your face. But I just can't. I mean, I wouldn't feel bad, but I'd feel a little queasy just looking at it. So.
Oh man.
He takes care of the actual cooking part, and I'm responsible for gathering the ingredient.
Zeddy makes the batter, she licks the beater.
Dude.
I think Google some questions, Mike.
I got some. I'm always ready, bro. I was going to bring up this Yandex leak, but somebody already brought it up, man.
So did you actually look into it though?
Well, yeah, it's an article over on Search Engine Journal, and they linked
it's just their ranking.
Their factors, man.
Yeah.
But there's some weird shit in there, like traffic from Wikipedia pages and all that kind of weird shit. I
believe it. But the bad part is it's not the same as Google, so what the fuck does it matter? In my opinion, at the end of the day, it doesn't.
If I think if you haven't like familiarized yourself with like what personalization is and how they might be doing certain things, and there's some eye-opening new information for people. So if someone's newer to the industry, it might be a good read-through to get an idea of how they can use the data they have to rank pages and sort pages. But it's not going to be anything eye-opening to people that have been around for some time.
Especially people like you who read up on all that patent stuff.
Yeah.
Patent.
I guess that's maybe it's worth running through a few things they're saying for people. Maybe they're talking about so like social network type graphing where friends have seen different things where so like profile based. If anyone's out there came to one of the last, I think not the last event, but the one in Greensboro, talking about profile based marketing and SEO, where you're a bucket basically on your device, and your history and everyone's history on that device is in there, and then they're matching you and relating you to other people in that same profile in that cohort. And so they can use the activity of other people to kind of deliver what they think you will like based on your past history, and that kind of stuff. It says in here they've got like 275 personalization factors that they might be looking at, 220 web freshness factors, over 3,000 image search factors. I think the real good point on these numbers is that based on your query and your market, there are so many different things that Google could be looking at that it's really not a good idea to try to understand and track everything they might be looking at, honestly. I think like Ted's Quora software has something like a few thousand different factors that it's tracking now. And I think it's a good piece of software. It's a great scraper. But Craig, do you like to have your team focus on more than a few factors when you do SEO?
No, 100% not. You know, we all kind of have a rough idea of what moves the needle and what doesn't. And, you know, even let me give an example, like EXIF data in images, is it a big thing? Does it make a huge difference? No. You know, how deep do you want to go with all of that stuff? Do you know,
how much does schema push the needle at the end of the day? You know, like the standard schema, the way that most people teach it.
Yeah.
Does it actually push the needle?
And does it pigeonhole you in another situation? Is it good in one place and bad in another place? You know, it's the same old argument of do they come onto my website and stay around, or should they actually bounce once they hit my website? Like, is the bounce quality or is the bounce not quality? And it just depends on what the market is and what the website's doing. I think that if understanding like something like DoubleClick, like an ad server, on how they deliver their ads in AdSense and in the media stuff is really important, because they have been buying this technology for years, for decades now, to be able to deliver content to people based on the time of day, what their interests are. And that type of integration, if you look at the keyword planner, and you drop in information that you can get out of it, like some restricted markets, they won't give you any data because it's good data. You can see where their focuses are in a keyword cluster, because that's where the money is. So if you follow that kind of information and you understand how they can deliver ads, then you understand what they can do with web content. And so if I visit, I think you guys are pretty when you do that, by the way. If I visit this one website and I do a search on that website for a keyword, Google is understanding that I went to that website and searched for that keyword. And if a bunch of different people are going to that website and searching the site search for that the same kind of keywords, then they can start to build a profile of that website with these users and use that with all the other crap they do to kind of deliver different things in your top stories. You know, when you open up your fucking phone and go to Google and they give you all those stories and shit, whatever they call that shit.
You know, I was thinking about profiling the other day. Google, like if they were to actually look at my profile, like of what I've searched and shit, they would think that I'm like a raging alcoholic, hooked on benzos. Like I'm looking for all kinds of different fucking treatments and shit. Like imagine like them, like looking at like even the average SEOs, like even if you're not in addiction, they're like, damn, how much damage is this dude doing to his home with water? You know, he's searching water damage all the fucking time. You know, I just wonder if that ever comes through.
Well, what's interesting, just go to like myactivity.google.com and look at what's on there, right? And you'll see your TV, you'll see your web search, you'll see different apps on your phone, and they have that all localized in one area. And to sit there and think that they're gathering all this information and putting it all together in a bucket and they're not using it is naive. And so it's important to understand what the personalization side and the filtering side of a recommendation system is, because Google's seriously not a search engine. They are literally a content curation and recommendation engine. And that's the technology they have, and that's what they've been using, and that's what they continue to develop. And so going all down the AI route and just focusing on shit like ChatGPT or something that's just the word side of things misses out on a fucking huge percentage of what SEO really is on Google at this point.
I just sent that book to Kelsey.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
No context.
Do you want it for your birthday?
What's that? Yeah.
You want it for your birthday? Like a cake?
Yeah. I hope I'm going to have to start now. She's going to make a whole ass cake.
When's your birthday, dude?
September. I got time.
Oh, I thought it was like the way he was saying that was like it was.
He doesn't know when my birthday is. It's sad. So this is January 17th. I know that.
Thereabouts. I thought SEO was dead. That's why we just invite people to the gun show now. But what's really important is the small details, Brad. That's 19 inches. What's the MP shooters?
Fuck. I can't measure. Look at that. Look, that forearm though is where the forearm and the shoulder, that's where that is going to come from. It's going to sting like a lot.
It's all about the hip movement.
Yeah. Have you seen my hips? They don't lie.
They never lie, dude.
They don't lie. They don't lie. It's all on the hips, Happy said. Yeah.
It is all footwork, baby. It is all footwork.
Yeah. Wait till I turn that over. Anyway. Yeah, the tickets to gun show are free first time.
You see Brad getting
SEO is dead. It's been dead for a long decade or two.
It hasn't changed a ton.
I'm pretty sure I've heard the SEO is dead since I started in it.
It was dead before it was called SEO, man.
Yeah.
Well, it was Panda or Penguin first? It was Panda, right? Or Penguin? I don't know.
I figured out it was SEO when somebody asked me if I did SEO and they started explaining what they meant. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do that shit. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to make money, dude.
Brad's taking a bit of abuse for his arms in the chat there.
They're both good.
Is that the COVID stuck at home forearm?
Hey, I got to get the cake ingredients going. So.
You've been cooking a lot lately.
I have. Can you tell?
Oh, dude.
God.
It's funny. But yeah,
sometimes you just got to push through, you know.
Looking through that kind of article, I think, can be helpful to somebody. Go over to Search Engine Journal maybe and find those factors and kind of cross-reference what people are telling you about.
Also, like for people that have been in it a while, go through it and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I need to go back.
That happens a lot to me, dude.
Tier 2, yeah.
Tier 2 links. That's what Brad's arms are.
It's going to be GSA with this volume.
No volume there. This is some dirty ass fucking robot arms there.
These are casino links, baby.
Okay, so here we go. 11. This is a good one. 11 disadvantages of ChatGPT content. The highlights are why low quality ChatGPT content passes human review. It's comprehensive even when it should be concise. Professor cites a flaw that ruins ChatGPT generated essays, and ChatGPT fails the fictional voight-kampff Android detection test and the surprising reason why this matters. All right, so number one is that the phrase usage makes it detectable as non-human. Take this all with a grain of salt, everyone. I'm not saying this is what I believe. I'm just reading. It says that basically, I'm going to confuse Brad with this. I'm not reading that research paper.
He assumes I'm listening.
They don't express, right? Expression. So what makes a great song is not its close resemblance to a recognizable work. It is the breathless confrontation with a vulnerability, with perilousness, with smallness, pitted against one's sense of sudden, shocking discovery. So yeah, they're talking literally about the fact that there is a not human intent or emotion in it.
It's like when I write.
Nick Cave's rad too, though. He's the one that was talking about it and called it a mockery. They're really trying to get people away from this thing. It's fun to watch this push and pull with this literally this marketing campaign. So there's no insights. ChatGPT summarizes the topic, but does not offer a unique insight into the topic. Humans create through knowledge, but also use their experience. It goes back to what we were talking about with the emotion and everything. It's too wordy, which it does get super wordy. It is highly organized with clear logic. And that is an inhuman quality, and that is bad, it says. It is. Go ahead.
Darren Muzzy is on the money. I'm sorry, but I went on to mute and I lifted my ass up and farted.
Did he shit on camera?
Dude, I swear, did you never see that with Chris Palmer? He was sitting doing a tutorial and he just let one fucking rip. Dude, he carried on as normal. Like, just fucking aired it and put the video out. I'm like, dude, you don't cut that bit. You don't fucking cut that bit out. He blamed it on his dog. One ear you him doing it and he turned around to his dog.
He lifts up.
What I found interesting, and this isn't the first place I've seen it, is that ChatGPT actually lies on the topics. When it detects that there needs to be an expert answer, it will actually fabricate the facts to be able to deliver the answer. I saw it with math. It fabricated the answer when the user wanted a different answer, like without really realizing it. It fabricates it. It's kind of funny. But that's right there. These kind of things are really good freaking assistants, and they can make you a lot of freaking money. Like, no joke. But no, it's not replacing SEO and people.
Harish has a question. What does store-related primary category names mean in local SEO? Do they refer to only physical stores? Can SAB business use these names as primary category without a physical store for local map?
Is he talking about local maps, like the store ID?
It sounds like it, like the category in GMB store.
You could use it for whatever you want. It's just, is it the right category? Use a category that's right for you. I mean, I've ranked rehab listings that were marked as corporate office. So technically,
I guess he's asking, can I use the category if I don't have a physical store?
Yeah, you can use whatever category you can get pushed through.
As long as it will go through, yeah.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Pushing through is the important part there. It's whether
well, theoretically, store would be an easier category, so it should push through easier. It's not a regulated category. It's not addiction. It's not medical. It's not water damage.
Well, is it medical if you're promoting a cookbook store like the one you were reviewing?
Is it medical? I wouldn't say that's medical.
No.
That's your money, your life.
That would just be bookstore, right? Like a Barnes and Noble.
That's your your life.
Yeah. But I don't know if you guys seen ChatGPT in the UK. All of the kids at the schools have been using it for their exams.
I believe it.
Are they getting caught, or are they just doing a bad job?
No, they've literally been fucking caught, been caught out. But the problem is the teachers don't know enough about this to be able to catch the kids out or the people that are doing the stuff. So, yeah.
It's really funny, man, because like using it for that, there is so much detection, but like we had a writer that for years, and that's what he did for side money, was write theses and reports for college students. And the difference between when I've seen them use the AI to generate and what like the human can generate for somebody, like even not knowing the topic, is so different. There's no comparison to what the human can do. Even without the knowledge and without the database behind it.
Also, Harish's question on the store thing.
Yeah, so he wants to have like a CBD store essentially without having a brick and mortar. Yeah, I would try store. Unless they have something marijuana related, which they might in CBD, at which point I'd try and get that, but it's going to be a regulated market. It's going to be harder. So yeah, try store. They might ask you to fucking do the video verification, and then which that case you have to have a store essentially. So I always say try it with GMB, see if it goes through. If it does, good. If it doesn't, try something else.
I'll give you one other tip, Harish. Fake documents is always requested. Documents is always requested. So yeah, you can sometimes submit that and prove yourself. So if you're good with Photoshop,
yeah, and that's if you get that far in the process. That would work for the postcard if you could actually get a postcard somewhere. But if they never request documents because they ask for the video verification, then you never get as far as the documents. But yeah. Was it borrowed documents? Yeah.
Borrowed documents.
Yeah. Curated.
Those
are easy.
Documents. Yeah, I'll have that one. That's the one.
Curated docs.
Yeah. Curated documents.
Yeah. Curated doc SEO.
Yeah. But questions in the chat. What have you got?
Did I tell you about the it was from an older campaign, forgot I had. We had someone had the guy that I was selling calls to, he reaches out, he's like, is this one yours? I was like, yeah, that has to be, based on like the name and stuff. He's like, well, we got someone complaining about it. What are they complaining about? Apparently it's showing, they don't like that we're showing the picture of his apartment complex in the GMB, and he's threatening to sue and blah, blah, blah. So we didn't put the picture there. It's just, we use the address and it's pulling the picture of the apartment. It's like, I can throw another picture. So just throw another picture up. It doesn't show his apartment at that point. The dude was cool, but it was funny. Old listings that you forget about.
Interesting. Guys are really quiet today in the chat.
We are. It's such a pretty day. I witnessed a dog fight outside my window earlier. Heard like dogs growling and shit. I look out the window, literally here. I see one guy chasing a dog with a broom afterwards. But you could hear the. But
that would have been a funny TikTok.
Yeah.
Jesus, my son's asking me to download something in the iPad.
That's what mine do too. It was funny. Brighton was working on. He's got a report due on Friday about Henry Ford. I heard him go straight to his room after school, and he was asking Google about Henry Ford.
Jeez.
Talking about people using ChatGPT. He doesn't know about that yet, though.
Charlie. Stephen Buchanan saying it was minus 10 degrees at 7 a.m. this morning. Where are you from, Stephen? Is Stephen from America? Not mine.
We hit negative 31 down the freaking mountain from you, dude.
That sucks.
That is, what is that in freaking sea, sir? What is that?
Who cares?
It's freaking insane.
Well, that's too cold. I would die in that. Near Hawley.
Oh, he's up in Wisconsin. In Dahmer.
Yeah.
I saw my cousins in Chicago. She got a bunch of snow.
Did Randy Rodé and all them guys all get snow as well? It's crazy.
Is he in Chicago or?
Randy's from Ohio.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of snow there.
I'm pretty sure it's Ohio, but yeah.
Yeah. My old boss was from Youngstown, Ohio, which is like up there in Ohio, and it's like right on the Pennsylvania line. And he used to have to shovel his fucking roof. It snowed so much.
Everyone knows where Hawley lives.
I don't know why everyone knows Wisconsin, but yeah.
Dahmer and Hawley, the two legends from there.
Cannibals from Wisconsin. Eat your face.
We want to get out, Kyle. Trust me. What? Oh, Kyle Starkey. But yeah, I'm from Harvard. But Harry, what's going on?
Harry Williams is back. Just of my grandfather.
That's rad, dude.
How do you come up with that stuff from your bogus account, Mike?
I know, right?
Bring up Harry's comment.
Harry's comment. Harry's so, Mike,
That's rough. That's cold.
Mike, you motherfucker, has given it up. That is Mike. Harry, Mike, he's just giving it up.
Geotagging help local SEO, Mike?
Does what?
Geotagging help local SEO?
Maybe.
I don't think it's enough to take the time to do it, to be honest.
It's one of those things where I just don't see it ever paying off in scale at all.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
That's like that cookbook, bro.
Yeah. It's always worth the squeeze there. But geotagging images,
I'm sure it's a factor. I'm sure it nudges something, but I actually would not overly concern myself with it.
Yeah.
Darren Muzzie's got a little snow there. Southeastern MI. Is that Minnesota?
Michigan.
Fuck.
Minnesota's MN.
You guys
Montana's MT.
Empty.
MT, yeah.
Oh, man.
Not MP.
I'm freaking irritated today.
About what?
I don't know.
SEOcounseling.com.
I'm irritated.
Is this about the hemorrhoids?
That's right. They're flaring up.
Holly's got a site you can go to.
Yeah.
There's another one, another niche that was going around for years. The anal bleaching cream.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
We did candles. That was fun. Candles.
Yeah, I guess when you get into Amazon stuff, the dudes come up with some goofy stuff like man candles. I bought those. They're all right. They're
those
smaller
little
than
fucking cups. There's a lot of things in there, dude. That different fucking.
Yeah, they were man candles because they were like scents for like men, like leather or mahogany or shit like that. So I just stick with coffee.
Man coffee, like from the Natural Harvest cookbook.
I've got the San Francisco organic.
That's called bulletproof.
I don't have any. I have heavy cream, but I don't have the butter in it.
You definitely have heavy cream in there.
I got it from the cookbook. Yeah. Running short on creamer. Got a little extra time in the morning. Here's an idea.
As he said it, he's oh
Beast.
Beast.
What an article.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna have to get another article.
Yeah, since people aren't
actually, you know what? They did do some updates to the recommendations AI for the e-commerce shit over at Google, which is actually pretty cool. Talking about the factors we were talking about earlier with Yandex, if you look at recommendations AI and what Google is doing over there, there's a lot that you can tap into when it comes to their search and everything. Because like one of the updates was, I believe, they did product recommendations. So the product recommendations by page essentially is Google's data, and they're recommending products based on the user's profile for the e-commerce site. So those are the kind of things that I think are worth looking at when it comes to the AI stuff and the machine learning, especially when it's leveraging the data that Google collects en masse everywhere across the world and universe.
Did you get a new chair?
Yeah, dude, I did. I actually got it. I got it 3 years ago from my wife, and I just didn't build it.
They were a pain in the ass to build.
I built it this past weekend.
Yeah. Is that what she bought you after you broke the chair in on the webinar?
About the same time.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that story, Craig?
No.
We used to get blasted during webinars, but we had a good time. And one time, Mike went a little overboard, and mid-sentence, he's talking mid-sentence, and we hear, and then you hear, luckily you couldn't see us. But I was like, I sat there for a minute. I was like, in my head, I was like, he just fell out of his chair.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I've done
man.
some shit on those too. I drink so much tequila on those old NFG webinars. It's crazy. I've cut back now. It's just coffee and heavy cream.
It's harder to work without it. That is SKS, I think. Yeah. 308.
How many have you got kicking about in the house, mate?
Is that
No,
loaded?
I have. What's that?
Is that loaded?
That, yeah.
You worry about your kid. That's the thing that scares the shit out of me. No, not even
I
the
don't.
little one.
They have their own.
Yeah.
What?
I don't. I lock them up if they're not in my office.
Yeah. How many you got? Round ballpark.
Like 20.
I was going to say 10, 20, 30.
Something like that. Like the 20 range, probably.
Yeah.
There's
the
a
dude next door.
carbine right there too.
The dude next door sleeps with one of the little gun safes on his nightstand. It's like a thumbprint. So if he hears someone break in, he'll go over and hit the thumbprint and it pops open.
Yeah, I have one at the house. This is my backpack carbine because it'll fold up and go in my backpack.
Nice. I don't see how that's legal, but a sawed-off shotgun is not.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like I have a shotgun that is technically a sawed-off, but it's not considered a shotgun, so it's legal. But you have to actually have the paperwork for it so that you can prove it's legal. Yeah, 20 kids. That's my sister.
She got 20?
She just had her 10th.
Fuck.
People like that on Kelsey's side of the family have. Yeah.
So
my cousin is trying to catch up.
She literally does speaking engagements, and she's just getting published. Like her first book is getting published, but she's had every kid at home too, and like water. So I got a new nephew. Don't watch this, sister. I don't. Toby. Yeah, that's it. I'm getting old.
Does anyone know what Class Azul is?
I don't know. It sounds fun though. A Royal Rumble party sounds fun too. Were you all wearing the Mexican wrestling masks? Nerdy.
That's the fun way.
Yeah, that's what I would do. We went to a churro place where all they did was like churros and ice cream, but it was Rey Mysterio themed. So it was like you had all these Mexican wrestling masks everywhere. Spencer's like, can I get one? I was like, fuck yeah, you can get one. So we got one. It was like $35. Kelsey's like, I can't believe you spent money on that. It's like, shut up, I'll wear it. So I walk in shirtless later that night wearing the wrestling mask. I was like, you ready to go? She said, not at all. So, are
you watching The Last of Us, dude?
Yeah, I need to watch the rest of Sunday's episode, but it's good.
They did a really good job, dude.
It's solid. Apparently that was a video game.
Yeah. It's actually, the story is fucking solid, dude.
It's real solid, yeah. I don't like that I don't want to do a spoiler for anyone for the first episode.
The other one, we started watching Lovecraft Country, man.
I haven't heard it. What's that on?
It's on HBO Max, I think, or Max or whatever. But dude, it's like a dude that wrote, it's like a book or something, but it's about 60s and Jim Crow laws, and they did a really good job with that shit, dude. Because it's about it's Lovecraft, so it's all this fucking weird ass monster shit, but it's tied into racism in the South, and it was eye opening, man. Like really kind of thinking about what that shit was like for people trying to travel around back then.
We watched Black Adam a few weeks ago.
How was that?
It was pretty good. I like it. I honestly like it better than Shazam. It's the same universe.
Either.
Yeah, Shazam's on HBO too. They're all right. I like more of the Harley Quinn stuff, like the Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad.
The kids are watching Suicide Squad 2 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That one's good.
It's funny.
The newer one is better. It's not even a suicide.
Bro.
We always play before the kids go to bed, and this is way off topic of SEO, but I always have to be the villain, and the two kids pick a superhero who are I'm Spider-Man, I'm this one, I'm that, and I'm Flash. But you don't know I'm Flash. You think I'm a kid, then I turn into Flash. Oh, okay. So I look for the most random ass supervillains And I was like, fuck it. Tonight I'm going to be the weasel. This is like last
The Weasel's rad, bro. Like the
it.
best thing ever is
Yeah.
they're like, watch that on the way to Malta.
I love it.
Watch that movie on the plane, bro, over the
Yeah.
Atlantic. And it was so, and the kid,
I was cracking up.
we do the same thing. Like all of a sudden, like Steph will turn off every freaking light in the house, and then it's on, and the kids, like everyone gets hurt. It's fucking wonderful, dude.
Yeah, Kelsey's just sitting there complaining that we're being too loud, but I'm running around making weasel sounds. So they're like, "Hey, did anyone check to see if weasels can swim?"
Yeah, that was rad, dude. That was rad.
I think the weasel died. Then he gets up at the end. Ooh.
Dude, I scared my 14-year-old like last night, I think it was, and she had a freaking towel in her eye, and she freaking just like went like this and hit me in my eyes with the tip of the towel, and it hurt so bad, dude. I almost swung on her. Yeah, she's mean.
Yeah, she gets up from you and your wife.
Yeah.
Luciano, what up?
Any questions, Luciano, or anyone
We'll
else?
just talk about the Suicide Squad and playing with children.
What are you reading right now?
Our parenting blog.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. We're doing this. Change it. We're doing a parenting
Parenting
podcast.
SEO blog. Yeah. What are you reading right now?
Me?
Anyone?
I'm reading Discipline is Destiny still.
Is that Holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got I'm getting through all of the
And
Jim
Rocket
Collins
School.
books. Great by Choice. That's pretty good so far.
Is it good?
Talking about he's talking about it's a pretty interesting concept, like 20 miles a day or whatever. And he's talking about a like an expedition to the South Pole, and one guy would go like hot and heavy if it's nice weather, then he would just not do shit if it's bad weather. They're talking about companies getting through good and bad environments, and he says the guy that won the trip or like got there first just went like a consistent like 15-20 miles every day, whether it was good, bad, whatever, and he got there first. But he's talking about consistency, and I try and apply all this shit to like the SEO shit too. So people go.
It all ties in. I don't know.
Yeah.
The same patterns work on everything, dude. Like the disciplines, everything
Similar.
like that.
It's like the 80-20 rule. It applies most shit.
Kazi read 33 Strategies of War. Finally, someone listened to me and read it.
I've read most of it. It's just those chapters are forever long. Like you can't get through that in like one sitting, and that's what fucks me up. I'm listening to.
It's easier to listen to.
And they're like in story or historical format. It's not like you're memorizing lists or anything. So I like listening to those better. I've learned that with. I listened to Laws of Human Nature. That was solid.
Good question, Luciano.
Art of Seduction is what I'm listening to.
Yeah, I need to still read that. Absolutely. And this is one of the reasons why where you buy and get your backlinks is so damn important, because the loss and the decay and everything is an important factor in what your budget is actually costing you. So like one of the things we do when we go into a larger company or corporation and they're doing this shit themselves, like is actually evaluate, okay, you're spending this much, but what's happening at 6 and 11 months? Like where is the value? Like what's it drop down?
Are you having to continually build links to maintain?
And you're going to want to probably build, but you also want that maturity to come, that maturation from the edge maturation is
maturation of the edge while you're cooking.
That's right. But yeah, no, it is important. The age of the backlink for your website, like it's like the age of your pages on your website, right? So this maturity thing is a very important thing. And like a lot of the times when one of the ways you can see that Google's did an update that's affecting like how they're checking, dealing with certain types of backlinks is that all of a sudden you'll have a website that's like increased its traffic by 1,000%, or it's increased its impressions by 1,000%. I did say edging. So that kind of spike there, that they've just started counting something. And I think the last 2 or 3 I've had, even like in the course, I've had stuff hit like that have just been old networks that have been sitting, and you'll see that spike in the target sites based on the maturity and the age of those links. So yeah.
This must be Darren's first show where where Mike mentioned edging.
An edge is just the connection between a node and another node. No, so Kyle, what I mean is that the loss of the backlink happens. This is something that just is natural. Like you naturally lose backlinks. That's okay. If you're paying for 1,000 backlinks, right? You pay somebody to build you 1,000 outreach, guest posts, edits, whatever type of backlink it is. And those backlinks, you lose 60% in 2 months. Like say it's like treated like a press release and you lose literally like all of the backlinks or 80% of the backlinks after the third month or whatever. Well, now then when you get out to month 12, if you bought from a source where you kept 50% even, your backlinks are cheaper, right? Because they're staying up and they're getting that maturity, you're getting the full boost out of them. So it just changes your budget. It is linked to it. That kind of edging is the best kind.
That's only if I have time and no one's home.
But have you guys seen any great case studies using ChatGPT?
I need to see someone's case study where they like build a site with strictly ChatGPT content and see what it does. Like I built it with strictly surfer content and it's getting calls. Like the site is getting calls. It was I didn't get it from niche website builders. I got it from Otis and just put on the shitty surfer content and it's getting calls. So but I haven't done ChatGPT. Close the toilet, he said. Put the toilet, he doesn't want to fall in again. Yeah.
Your E is your content and your topical authority and your backlink, your power, your DR, whatever the hell you want to call it, your page rank essentially. And then the uses metrics coupled together. That's what your EAT is. So if you've got, you see people doing a really good job in like local markets or smaller markets and just by writing and being a copywriting or content shop. I talked to like 3 people this week that are copywriting shops that do SEO, but now they've hit harder, more competitive markets. And what you see is there's a certain way we score our links when we build them. When you look at those websites, they have amazing impressions. They got a lot of like keyword rankings, but their traffic is too low for the ratio that I think is quality. And so that is when like, yeah, it's great topical authority. It's really good content, but the EAT is off because the backlink profile is way too low for the market. And so you have to take it all into consideration. So on that note, LinkedIn versus a backlink from an author profile on a website, I take the author profile on a website in a second.
I think he's saying, which one is best for you? Yeah, I thought that meant like on the website, like as a reference point for the author, should you link to author's website or their LinkedIn profile? So, yeah,
my point is that you should have your entity established anyways.
Yeah.
Like LinkedIn shit should all be established when you build the website. And at that point, if you're trying to actually push and rank, you need to be focusing on your topical authority and your page rank.
Yeah.
Darren saying he's seen Facebook posts being indexed. Anyone else seen that?
I think they've been in and out for a long time, actually, but I haven't looked lately. It's like Bing, and they sometimes will drop out and sometimes come back in to Google's index.
Kyle's testing GPT now, and it's getting impressions, no traffic.
You got to get the impressions to get the history in search. You can't rank without getting the impressions. So
it's like one of mine with Surfer right now. It's getting the clicks now, but before, like it was like a hockey stick for impressions. And it's because you've got to rank too. I mean, you're getting impressions in Google if you're like in the top 100, but you're not going to get any clicks off of that until you hit page 1. So theoretically, that
essentially you're gathering data at that point and building a history for Google, and
they're testing you too.
That's kind of where some of the kind of viral simulation, when you hit a certain area and you've done some link building, that's when like the metrics plays can come into account and start playing with it.
Michael's got a question. Have you guys used Groove pages much?
Groove?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Not me.
Not me.
No. Is it like a site builder?
I think
Michael's. Yeah, I think it's like I thought it was a good like a WordPress like thing, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I use the same theme over and over. I just used it different, like template.
Down here, Michael, this is like this is where I think it is important and can be used very like profitably, and not even just for doing SEO content, but literally like there's tasks. If you're doing content in a certain way or producing stuff and selling things, you can have it do those tasks where you need the ideas to come out quickly and then flesh it out. Like, so getting started with those kind of post topics and taking a table of a few things and having it pull all that together like spin tags without having to write the spin tags. Like, it can replace spinners for you if you use it properly.
Good advice. Mike, Phil, Sammy's.
Oh, I have seen Groove Pages, and no, I have not used Groove Pages.
Yeah, I've not got round to it, but sure it's good. I'm sure it's good. But any last minute questions, folks? We have a few minutes left. Michael is clearly a fan of ChatGPT. It's so good for giving writers prompts and great for spinning.
Yep, it really is. It will speed up.
Been able to pay for it yet? Because I know there's a few people saying it was like $42 a month and you could sign up just now, but it was different from. I've still never been able to sign up.
I haven't tried.
I
haven't fucked with it at all.
I just like the Da Vinci model and stuff that they've got in the regular GPT-3 if I'm using GPT-3 on OpenAI.
I hope you're not calling me and Mike dogs.
No, she wouldn't say you're cute.
Oh, right, Schema 2. Next gun show is on the same time next week, providing we do the questions.
Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Do you see any surprise factors in the Yandex leak, Mike? Anything that you went, whoa?
I say Mike and I read it, and then we'll discuss it next week.
Yeah, I'll read it. We'll talk about it next week. I'll go through and see if anything was really interesting to me.
Dude,
we'll come back next week. We're like, it'll be either we did not read it or we didn't see anything interesting. I'm just spoiler alert. That's what.
Yeah, no doubt.
We might have something. I'll look through it.
I saw a great one that I was on. I'm sure everyone saw it because we're all in the same Facebook. It came through my stream. I don't visit, but it said it was a math. It was like, what's 5 + 2? And it's like 7. I was like, but my wife says it's 8, and my wife's always right, is what the dude said. And it was insistent for a little bit, but it came back and said, oh, my data is old. I only have data up to 2021, so I must be mistaken.
That's funny.
It was good.
Tim Fox
22 factors.
Yeah. But, guys, we are out of time. That's 6 o'clock. But we do appreciate all of the comments that have come in. Please do leave a like and subscribe in the video. Check out Niche Website Builders and also check out NFG SEO /7 if you want to find more from these guys.
Put an X everywhere.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.